Manpower Incorporated has a deep heritage of operating at the highest level of integrity. Manpower's business is in itself socially responsible because everything we do is geared toward connecting people with jobs, enabling individuals to support themselves and their families. With over 60 years of experience, our strong commitment to responsible business practices is reflected in everything we do.
Legislation to speak English only draws fire from Native American tribes in Oklahoma City. Stephen Avery found guilty for the murder of Teresa Hallback, and our update on our Mark Belling boxing challenge on the next Focus on Diversity. It's right here. It's right now.
Focus on Diversity with Troy Shaw.
Hello, I'm Troy Shaw, your host for Focus on Diversity. Let's introduce our guests. First, we have Michael Maxwell. He is a local attorney here in southeastern Wisconsin. And we have Robert Miranda. He is the editor of the Milwaukee Spanish Journal. And now for our wild card. His name is Kracker. Yes, Kracker from 103.7 KISS FM right here in southeast Wisconsin. Gentlemen, let's start our very first segment here. Revoking memberships. Members of the Cherokee Nation recently voted to revoke the tribal citizenship of an estimated 2,800 descendants of the people the Cherokee Indians once owned as slaves. Some opponents of the vote believe that the attempts to remove these free men from the tribe are racially motivated. They believe that it's racially motivated, the reason why they're removing them. Gentlemen, my question here, and I'm thinking the first thing I'm going to go to Kracker. I get to say Kracker all day and not get in trouble. I'm going to go ahead and do it. Now, Kracker, we're talking about a tribal organization saying no to the descendants of slaves. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, first off, it's one of those things where how much money is involved? This is money, right?
Yeah, this money.
Because government grants, I have a nephew that is 1/9/10% this, and his mother made sure to get him registered with the tribe. Not because he's going to powwows, not because he's ever going to practice anything that goes with being a Native American. It's because when he grows up and wants to go to college, he doesn't check off Caucasian, he checks off I'm Native American. And believe me, they got the worst out of everyone, So it's money. Get out. Don't get out of our casino.
So think about this, Mike. We're talking about, he makes a very good point. This is about money. But you have to think that there is some ownership of the Cherokee Nation for what they've done to their ancestors. What do you think?
No, I agree. I think it has a lot to do with money, although the Cherokee Nation is one of the larger tribes, so just eliminating 2,000 of them is not going to suddenly increase the windfall to everybody else. But money is a factor. I mean, there's scholarships involved, there's free tuition if they go into the hospitality industry, there's a lot of those kind of issues. But I think it is very ironic that this is a Native American tribe that has endured a lot of persecution over the years, is now turning around and persecuting.
Well, is it a persecution, Robert? Is it a persecution to say, look, the sins of my father are not necessarily the sins of the son, and right now this is a new day. We didn't personally enslave you, so why are you trying to?
It's almost what I hear when you talk about. It's almost what I hear when you talk about reparations. Hey, you don't hold me accountable for what they've done in the past.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I agree that it is about money, but then there's also an issue of culture. And, when you look at an individual who is coming from a tribe like the Cherokee Nation, who at times right now where the economy, we're losing resources and we're constantly scrapping for resources to fund or help those communities that are disadvantaged, there's also this issue of who's really going to ensure the survival of the culture. And I would put my money on those who have more of a tie to the culture of the Cherokee Nation than those who just use it to get those scholarships and those grants.
Well, when the day is done, we're going to have descendants of slaves who who are going to have a less likelier chance of getting in college. We're going to have descendants of slaves who are going to probably be more prone to maybe governmental use of other types of services and what have you. Isn't it? I mean, hell, they have a casino down there. I'm sure that there's possibly, maybe I should be making the assumptions, but I'm going to think that there's possibly a casino on that reservation or what have you.
I bet that there is.
Well, and so what's the problem?
You know, I find it interesting because this is one of the groups where you can actually kick people out. Think about it. I'm Polish. I can't have a vote to kick you out because you're 10% Polish. As a black man, can you kick people out?
No, we have though.
Can you say, OJ, you're out? We don't like you anymore?
Well, we've done it to Clarence Thomas. We've done it to Colin Powell. Hell, we kick black people out left and right.
Tiger's gone, Condi gone.
But black people and white people don't have their own nation. And this is an issue of sovereign identity, maintaining a culture. And that was what this population is looking to achieve.
But that is an important point, though, is that there's nothing to prevent the United States as a nation from saying, hey, this group of citizens, you're no longer citizens. We want to pass legislation, you're out.
Doing that now with the Mexicans. Come on.
That is
you're
not
no longer
true.
an American citizen, and they've been in this country 15, 20 years.
They weren't citizens in the first place.
They're no longer citizens.
If they're here legally, they're citizens. If they've gone through the process to become a citizen, they're citizen. You're talking about illegal immigration. That's a whole different issue.
I'm talking about individuals and families who have been productive citizens of this country for 20 years, now all of a sudden becoming non-citizens.
Well, let's find a way to make them real.
And you know what? That may be really good for the next show. Now let's go on to the next topic here. Diminishing tribal languages. Legislation to make English the official language of Oklahoma has run into opposition from Native Americans who say that their native tongues are dying fast enough without the help of lawmakers. Gentlemen, now here we go again. English only language. You know what? We can talk about that on a Hispanic end as well, but we're going to stick to the tribal nations. You were making a good point earlier. Come to the country, don't want to speak the language. In this case, they were here first. So now what do we do?
Well, but the English language movement is not about excluding other languages. It's simply about, in governmental processes, governmental documents and that type of stuff, establishing one central language that's spoken by 97% of the country and just saying, this is the language that you need to learn. We're not saying don't go do away with your tribal language, do away with your origin and culture. We're just saying this is the central language. Assimilate to this language, and you can succeed in this country.
What is this? The Borg? Are we in Star Trek? A Star Trek episode here? I mean, this is the Borg. So Kracker.
Yeah.
What do you think, Kracker? Kracker.
Here's the thing. First off, I love it.
Go ahead.
I mean, you can go with the whole argument of this is America, love it or leave it, learn our traditions and learn our language. This is a political thing to piss off the government. Because, I mean, we can say that English is the actual language. Is it going to stop them from using their native tongue? Is it going to stop anyone that's not from this country from speaking their
why shouldn't
their
the
language?
Why shouldn't the government facilitate the native tongue of a people who have been here well before?
Well, that's been argued for so long. We know we raped, we pillaged, we shifted the deck to get what we want. We know you got a bad rap. So here you got some land, you got some casinos, you got no tax on cigarettes. Good for you, Mm-hmm. I mean, this is one more. This is them just trying to get a thorn in the side of the state of Oklahoma.
And we're going to continue this conversation spoken by Kracker. When we come back, we'll continue our conversation. Stay with Focus on Diversity. We'll be right back.
Since 1985, Sprecher Brewing Company has been committed to brewing a diverse variety of quality beers and sodas. Along with their commitment to a diverse product, they also have a strong commitment to diversity. Sprecher Brewing Company is proud to be a sponsor of the Focus on Diversity program. We are honored to participate in Milwaukee's great brewing tradition, and we're grateful for the opportunity to present our best to you.